Michelle Thielen. You don't normally see me on this side of the camera, but today I wanted to show you something I discovered, a product I discovered. You've probably seen in a lot of my videos I use the Prop-It board to lay out the units of the quilt block at the very end of my videos, and then I take it to my machine and put the block together. It has a little easel thing, a portable easel in the back, but the thing I like most about it is this fabric that it's covered with. You can take this fabric off and you can wash it if it gets dirty, but fabric just sticks to it really well. Well, the people that make the Prop-It board have taken this fabric and they've provided us with a curtain. It's a design wall curtain. It's made out of the same fabric on the Prop-It board, and I have these blocks on this curtain and it's hanging from a curtain rod. I can do this to it and the blocks stay on this fabric. They don't fall off, and these are not pinned. So I don't know what the fabric is made of, but it's the same on both sides, so you can stick on both sides. What I'm going to do is show you my old design wall that I'm taking down, and I'm going to show you first how it works with a design wall. So you can use this fabric to cover your design wall instead of flannel or batting, and it holds better, and you don't need pins, but you could use pins if you wanted to. If you don't have the room in your house, you can put a rod up, and I've just used the command strips so they'll come right off if you need to. There's no holes in the wall. And you can fold this up, and this sticks to fabric this way, but when you fold it up like this, it does not stick to the fabric. So I don't know how that happens, but next I'm going to put this on my old design wall, and you can see how it works with a design wall if you want to cover your design wall. Then I'm going to take my design wall down, and I've hung this up, and I'll show you how you can just move these blocks around and how good it is. And I'll show you also if you're going to take it to a retreat, and you can lay it out on a table and lay your blocks out, and then if you don't have time to sew the blocks together at retreat, you can simply fold it up and take it home, and the blocks will look just like this when you take them home. They come in 60 inches wide by 108 inches long. That's enough to cover one 4x8 sheet of the foam board for your design wall. Okay, here is my current design wall. This is the top, and there's my door, here's the bottom. What these are, they're 2 sheets of 4x8 foot foam insulation boards. I think they're a ½ inch thick. So the one on the left, they're side by side. So this one on the left is the full sheet, and this one on the right, I cut out a place for the plug and that whatever that plug is. It's an old house, so it has an old plug. Anyway, I cut those out. It's 8 feet long and it's 8 feet wide. Since I'm taking it down, I thought, here's my chance to do something different, recover it or whatever. Okay, what I did here, I just took the fabric and I pinned it loosely up at the top, and I tried to make this part fairly flat because I wanted to see how it responded or how it acted on the design wall, which I knew it would be perfect. So I put these blocks up here, and the thing is, you put the block and you just kind of rub it once or twice with your hands like that. Just put a little pressure on it and the blocks stay. So I could move them like this, and they're not pinned at all. I can walk by them and they won't come off. So they hold very well on here, no problem whatsoever. And you can just move them around like this if you like. So I think this will be amazing to recover my design wall with these once I put them in their new spot. And then I got to thinking, well, why can't we just hang it on the wall? How does it act if it's just hanging on the wall and we just have the wall, not the design wall? Because the reason you have this foam core is so you can stick pins in it. If you don't need to stick the pins in it, you don't need this board. And these boards are 4x8 foot, and they take up a lot of room in your house. or in your room, and they also are very difficult to transport because they're so big. They're very light, but they're just big, and you need a truck, and then you need something to put on top of them so they don't blow out while you're driving down the highway. So next, I'm going to put a hem at the top, and I'm going to hang them like through a curtain rod or a piece of wood, whatever I come up with, but I'll show you that next. Here's another use I can see for this design wall curtain. I have this on my table, and let's say you're at a retreat, it's the last day of retreat, and you've got all your blocks finished, and you've got them all laid out, and all your friends have told you where you put them in wrong, and you fixed them. So now you need to go home, but you don't want to take these apart. So let's see what happens when we just fold it up. Now let's fold this like that. And this stuff is really interesting because it sticks to everything, but it doesn't stick to itself. I mean, it just sticks to fabric and threads. So let's do this and this. Okay, so now you have it all folded up and you put it in your bag. So now you take it home. Now let's unwrap it and see what happens. And this does not stick to the front of the blocks. I imagine because they're so adhered to the back that it doesn't. And the fabric, this design wall fabric is the same on both sides, so you can stick either side. So there it is. I mean, you take it home and you're all ready now to hang it on your wall or lay it out on the floor even, and then you can just start putting your rows together and finishing your quilt top. I think this is an amazing product for just its portability is what I really like, and no pins to stick you with. I took down the design walls, and this is just one of the panels. It's 60 inches wide, and I stitched a hem in there about 2.5 inches. That's the size ruler I had, and there it is hanging. And the rod I got, it can extend to 120 inches. So if I want to put another one on it side by side, I will. Those are just command strips that I'm hanging it with hooks. And I'll probably put another one in the center when I want to add the extra panel for the king size quilts or bigger quilts. So here are the blocks now. I put them on here, the 12 blocks again. And for the bottom, I left it. In case I do want to cover the foam board, I'll have the extra inches on there because I did cut off about maybe 1.5 inches from the top to trim it out and make it even. But this works really well, and I'll show you how easy it is. Okay, so these are on here, and it's right up against the wall. The rod I have is probably less than 1/2 inch away from the wall. And it does move a little bit as you're playing with it because it is like a curtain, but I didn't find any problem with it. So if you're over here and you think, okay, these don't go, so you move them and you put this one here, and you just do that. And let's change these out. And when you take these off, the other ones don't fall off like if you had them on your design wall and didn't have pins on them. So this is really a really neat thing, and if you don't have the space and you can only put it up temporarily, this is a great option for you. And plus, it sticks so well to the fabric that it'll be a great option to cover your design wall. If you don't have the space in your house, if you need to transport your laid out quilt, you know, whatever, it's just a good option for you.